converge on some more tales of the future. So settle in and welcome aboard.
Well, welcome back to another look at my favourite science fiction movies. I doubt I'd do another one after last year, as we'd covered most of the greatest. But you guys seemed to like it, so I thought I'd give it another run. Also, the more I started to think beyond the obvious films, the more I saw a rich and ever-growing list of classics, including the weird, the unconventional, and the overlooked, that just grew exponentially. I hope you enjoy. So, am I missing something with this one, guys? I watched it after so many glowing reviews.
Godzilla Minus One may just be my favourite film of the entire year. A perfect blend of serious and reflective character drama, potent war movie, and gloriously destructive monster flick that manages to perfectly incorporate all three elements into a concise 2-hour runtime.
And I thought, honestly, this year it might be the top of my list. I'm a sucker for a good sci-fi monster romp. And I grew up on watching those old Godzilla movies. But this stank. I didn't buy the story of a deserter kamikaze pilot, Shikishima, who failed to save the mechanical crew by not shooting Godzilla with his Zero. All this anger was expressed by the sole survivor of the group, Tachibana. Kind of stupid, because a few scenes later, you see Godzilla take out a heavy cruiser with no problem. So I couldn't buy into his survivor's guilt, nor the story of meeting Noriko, the female lead, and the abandoned baby she finds called Akiko. Here our main man shacks up with her, only platonically, for the next several years, over which the story is to take place. Despite being told the two are only friends, he loses his shit at first when she finds a job, saying, "Don't I provide enough for you?" Then she loses it when he goes off to kill Godzilla, leaving them alone. Nothing to see here. We just act like a married couple. Maybe this has got to do with some Japanese sensibilities or a PG-13 rating, but it was weird. And on the subject of the child, it cries like a newborn infant every time, even when it's aged several years. And then there's the drawings. She does one early on with a smiley face, which becomes exactly the same drawing of 3 smiley faces years later. I could go on about the story, but let's just move on to the obvious CGI, or the seemingly stock Western explanation for World War II and the atomic bomb, which, from my own history reading, is not how the Japanese viewed the war over the following decades. Then there's the curious lack of any Americans in occupied Japan. The US obviously had no interest in a 160-foot tall monster roaming about Tokyo in 1947, as they were too busy with the Russians. I got the overwhelming sense I was watching a series of TikToks or YouTube shorts stitched together. You know, as a computer game, this would be fine. Credit to the pacing, it never slowed down. But I felt like I was watching the shell of a story without any real depth to the characters, which is what I was told was the best part of the film. The scientist, the return of Tachibana to fix the plane, the kid who comes to the rescue at the end. They all seem like cartoon characters. I nearly dropped it entirely for this list, but I had to suffer through 2 hours of this, so I thought I'd share my frustration with you. And that's another thing I'll never get. With attention spans dropping, Filmmakers have now decided it's ideal to make movies that are 2.5, 3 hours long, extending scenes or adding subplots that aren't needed for the story. Watching films for this list, it's clear again on review that 1.5 hours is really the sweet spot. Tell me what you think. Anyway, for me personally, I think I've decided to stick to Shin Godzilla as the better of the modern remakes. Michael Crichton, written and directed, the same American author of another one on this list, as well as the Andromeda Strain, and co-writer of Twister, the movie. We follow the exploits of several tourists as they travel to the near-future resort town of Westworld, one of 3 resorts including Roman World and Medieval World, based on the promise of ultimate freedom. Here, robots inhabit the parks, allowing you to live your every desire and make all your dreams come true. Yours for only $1,000 a day, about $12,000 in today's money. And I have to say, flights in the future have improved out of sight.
Your attention, please. We will soon be landing at Westworld, the ultimate resort.
We have you on grid 5, over.
It consists of 3 worlds of the past.
Locking in now.
Worlds where you can live out your every fantasy. There's Roman.
Not even finished boarding yet, and it's so narrow. I mean, I've not got the armrest down yet. I don't know if I can actually get the armrest down. Let me see. It sort of sits like that on me, and then at the front I'm here, and I can literally just about get my hand between.
All kitted out in appropriate attire, our 2 main characters, Peter, Richard Benjamin, and John, James Brolin, go about drinking and fighting and sleeping their way around and having shootouts.
What is this stuff?
Doesn't say.
God! Give me this.
Puts hair on your chest.
Give this boy a bib.
Go on.
And all goes well until, you guessed it, because you watched the TV series from 2016, the robots don't follow orders. Yul Brynner is the standout in this feature. His acting, movement, and mannerisms really sell the concept. At times, he's so creepy as the unstoppable gunslinger in black.
Hold it!
Oh, come on, not now. Not you again. It's too early. Let me do it this time. Your move.
I'm shot.
What?
I'm shot.
pretty straightforward in story execution and a little hokey these days, but it's still a fun watch, particularly the first half in setting out the whole story. Daddy went away, but now he's back. A B-grade exploitation film that crosses over to horror in a twist that's familiar to viewers of Close Encounters or The Extra Testicle. Here, E.T. is home, and he's hungry. A cult classic that is as bizarre as it is gory, but it's also funny and an enjoyable film. I don't think it's been given the full 4K treatment yet, but it deserves it. The birth of Dad, the toy soldier, and the cocoon scenes are still memorable. Notably, or embarrassingly, Miriam Diabo, who would later become a Bond girl in The Living Daylights, makes her film debut here.
How long will you be here?
Well, it's not up to me.
Not long.
It's not up to you either.
Please.
As a matter of fact, it is up to me.
Joe?
Because Rachel's divorcing you.
Joe, not now.
But why not now? Everyone's here.
Right. So I have a little announcement I'd like to make. Rachel and I are going to get married.
Oh, great!
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you. Sam!
You crazy maniac. You're out of your fucking mind!
Apparently, according to the DVD extras, everyone from the director down was high when they were making this, and they just added ideas as they went along.
Bite down, killer. Here comes the fun. All right. Good boy, Jackal. Good boy. Breathe deep. There you go.
Dude, your dog's a stoner. Can he also bong a beer?
Nah, pretty much all he does is lie around and smoke his pipe.
Hey, Jackal, can I see your pipe?
No, go! Very protective because of his pipe. When other people touch it, it does not like.
Sorry, Jackal.
Yeah, see, he's sorry. Holy crap.
That's one psycho dog, dude.
Logan 5. Approach and identify.
Besides android parks, do you ever wonder what the dream world looked like to people from the 70s? Now, when we weren't all roller skating or doing trapeze acts, it was quite a magical place. This was far from the weirdest idea for the future that we had from the 70s.
Zardos parla vui.
Logan is what's called a Sandman in this utopian tale of the same name, written by William F. Nolan. In this future, we all live perfect lives.
Hello. Welcome.
Please, no.
First Tinder on film? Anyway, everything's taken care of with just one catch. You only live till 30. After that, you can join Carousel and take a chance with the other oldies for renewal.
This is the time of renewal. Identify. Rise.
Those that are lucky enough and survive are promised a chance at rebirth and another go-around. Logan, played by a star of the 70s, Michael York, an English actor, is the enforcement arm of a society, ensuring that any runners are brought to swift justice for evading the system. When he tries to hook up with Jessica Six, however, played by the amazing Jennifer Agutter, who you might remember from my second all-time classic horror film, An American Werewolf in London, he meets his match. Together, the two explore the truth behind their world, and you have to wonder if this was the first film since Metropolis or H.G. Wells' Things to Come from the 1920s and 30s that explored a utopian future. It sure was copied a lot, as we'll see from another on the list. Really well crafted, with stunningly colourful sets and matte paintings with backgrounds of a ruined Washington DC. You get a cameo from Farrah Fawcett, straight from her Charlie's Angels days.
Did you have anything special in mind?
Oh, I don't care, just...
Dark hair.
Oh, yes, Holly would like dark hair.
Pay attention, Sandman. I'm proud of this machine. Perfect depth adjustment on this one, Sandman. The beam will cut through that uniform and just exactly through the skin beneath. Absolute precision. Watch now. Just imagine what would happen to you if the healing stopped functioning. The mighty Academy Award-winning Sir Peter Ustinov is our slightly befuddled connection to the old world. The music is A-grade, of course, from one of the greatest in the business, Jerry Goldsmith. In retrospect, maybe this was a better future. Well, here we go. One of two summer blockbusters on this year's list. James Cameron's vision of 2029. Without any blue people. Just old Skynet. And humanity's downfall at the hands of the machines. Arnie's a cyborg, the Terminator, back from the future, to stop the birth of the human resistance leader, John Connor. His task? simply killed John's mother, Sarah Connor, played by Linda Hamilton, before she can give birth. I say simply because none of this will matter much later on in other films.
Several key years you need to keep in mind. Ready? 1965, 1973, 1984, 1985, 1995, 1997, 2004, 2007, 2017, 2029, and 2032. You got it? Let's begin.
Anyway, plainly some things haven't changed in America, as Arnie kits himself out with as much firepower as you need to start a small war.
That's Italian. You can go pump or auto.
The 45 long slide with laser sighting.
These are brand new. We just got them in. That's a good gun. You just touch the trigger, the beam comes on, and you put the red dot where you want the bullet to go.
Fortunately for Sarah, Kyle Reese, yes, named after Pieces, has been sent back by John Connor to protect Our Lady from Big Bad Arnie. It's a very 80s, so get ready for big hair.
So, better than mortal man deserves.
Shoulder pads, Walkmans, compact discs, and some terrible synth music as you enjoy the carnage, car chases, and smooth talk. Yeah, I'll admit it, I think T2 was a more polished, better film, but if it's just my personal choice, I have to admit, I kind of like Evil Arnie here more.
Right. Well, in 1984, since 1974, T-800 Arnold from 1974 had been working on building a time machine. Sarah Connor could travel to 1997, which was the original date of Judgment Day before it changed to 2017. That would be an alternate timeline, so maybe you should use green for this.
Well, but no, this is the original timeline here.
I guess it continues on.
It's continuing from there.
Okay.
So 1997 is Judgment Day.
Yeah, or the original Judgment Day, but now everything's changed.
But then,
ever since.
well, but 1995 is when they stopped Judgment Day, right? Wait, what? Judgment Day has now been moved to 2017.
That's right. Well, the events of Terminator 2 and 3 have been erased from time.
Okay, so those movies are pointless.
It's 2040, and the research vessel Event Horizon is launched to explore the boundaries of the solar system. But something goes wrong, and it disappears beyond Neptune. Seven years later, the United States Aerospace Command ship, Lewis and Clark, is sent on a top-secret mission to find out what happened to the ship and crew. Captain Miller, Lawrence Fishburne, is in command. Dr. Weir, Sam Neill, is along as the scientific expert and inventor of the gravity drive that the Event Horizon was testing.
Man, I'm getting some really strange readings in here. Let me see if I can get some power up.
Revealing to us and the crew, once they're out of stasis around Neptune, that the ship was designed to travel faster than light by the use of a singularity, bending space-time, to travel to Proxima Centauri, our nearest star. Now the ship has appeared 7 years later, and the crew of this rescue ship must find out what happened. The only clue was a garbled message that seemed to say, "Save me."
Mr. Justin, you take engineering.
Yes, sir.
Peters and I'll take the forward decks.
Set design here is fantastic, in particular of the gravity drive itself, as it intentionally gives you the willies. Can't say much more, except to say the ship wasn't the only thing to return.
Not my ship, you can't just leave her. I have no intention of leaving her, Doctor. I will take the Lewis and Clark to a safe distance, and then I will launch attack missiles at the event horizon until I'm satisfied she's vaporized. Fuck this ship.
For my Australian viewers, check out the insignia on Sam Neill's arm in the bath scene. It's kind of a cool touch, don't you think?